Have you ever wondered why your credit score does not improve even though you are paying your bills on time and you are actually doing everything right? The question is, do you really understand how your score is being calculated? Now, if you don't understand how your score is being calculated, then you do not know what you need to keep doing and the things that you need to actually stop doing, the habits that you need to change. So stay tuned as we learn exactly how your credit score is being calculated and how you can improve your credit score. Welcome back to Family Finance Made Easy podcast, the podcast where we're breaking down money topics into simple, practical ways that every family can use. I am your host. My name is Patience Naodaka AJ, a financial professional here to help you make some smart financial decisions. Now, if you have not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, Family Finance Made Easy, and you can also follow me on TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook. Now, today we are on to a subject of how your credit score is being calculated. How is it calculated? And how can you actually improve on your score? Let's get started. So now let's look at who calculates your credit score. So you have to understand that your financial information is collected by three major credit bureaus like TransUnion, Equifax, or Experian. And companies like FICO and VantageScore take this information and they use it to calculate your score. So while the scoring may vary slightly, they are all using the same financial habits to calculate the score. Now, let's look at the 5 factors that actually affects your credit score. The first is the payment history, which is 35% of your credit score. This is a big deal. This is a major point. This is actually the highest one in all 5. Now, your payment history. How likely are you to pay on time? Every time you get your bill, are you paying on time? Are you consistent? If you are consistent, then you are building trust. Now, if you are late and you are delayed, this is actually affecting your score. So your payment history takes 35% of your score. So it's very important that while you are on a journey to build your credit, do not miss a payment and do not be late in making any payment. Now, what I actually recommend is for you to actually set up like an auto payment or a calendar reminder so that you are not late on your payment. This is crucial and you must take it serious if you're trying to build your credit score. Now, keep in mind, you may have a credit card that says, no interest for the first 12 months or the first 15 months or whatnot. It does not imply that you should not be making your monthly payments. There may be no interest for the first 12 months or 15 months, but if you miss a payment, it will go against your score. Number 2 is credit utilization. Now, this takes 30% of your credit score. So this is as important as well as number 1. Don't forget, the fact that the amount is available for you to use doesn't mean you should use it all. Let's say you have about $10,000 on card A, $10,000 on card B, $10,000 on card C. That is your credit availability for you to spend. It doesn't mean that you should actually go and spend all the $30,000 and max out all the credit cards that you have. The idea is for you to spend within 30%, at best 10% of your total available credit. Now, if you are spending about 50% and above, you are actually telling the financial institutions that you rely heavily on your credit card and you cannot be trusted. So keep in mind, the fact that the money is available for you to spend doesn't mean you should spend it. Remember, it's not your money. It's a loan. It's not your money. That available credit that you have is not your money. It's a loan. Every time you swipe your credit card, every time you swipe any card that is borrowed, Remember, it's a loan. It's not your money in the first place. So try and stay within 10%, or let's say as most 30% of your available credit. Number three, length of credit history, which is 15% of your score. Now, this is very easy to maintain your 15% if you understand what this means. Now, if you don't, you are probably making a mistake by closing your credit cards. Now, let me tell you, the older credit card you have that is in good standing, the longer you keep that card active, the better it helps your score. So actually, it is very good for you to keep your card active and open if it's the longest card you've had in good standing. So do not close your oldest card, as it is actually showing the financial institutions you are able to handle or manage older credit history. So keep in mind, the older you have and a good standing account, the better for your score. Number four is credit mix, which is also 10% of your score. Now, the credit mix being 10% of your score, what this means is that the lenders want to know if you are able to handle different kinds of credits and be able to manage them well. Credits like, car loan, credit card, mortgage, just different types. You really do not need to have all types before your credit score can get better, but they actually want to see that you have different kinds of credit that you are managing and you are able to juggle them properly and manage them well. And so when you have here and there, it actually helps your score. And number five, which is new credit, which also takes 10% of your score. Now, you have to know that every time you get a new credit, especially if it's a major one, they're going to pull hard on your credit. Now, maybe pulling like one or two is not a big deal, may not hurt your score so much. But if you are trying to pull multiple and trying to get new credits within a short period of time, keep in mind that is going to affect your score. That kind of shows like a financial stress to the lenders. So keep in mind, every time you are getting a new credit that they have to pull hard on your score, it can affect your credit score. So now let's take a look at everything put together. This is what the numbers look like. So payment history takes 35% of your score. Credit utilization takes 30% of your score. Length of credit history takes 15% of your score. Credit mix takes 10% of your score. And new credit takes 10% of your score. Almost 2/3 of your score comes from paying on time and keeping balances low. This is very important. Paying on time and keeping your balances low. Spending within 30% of your total credits, and the best is to spend within 10% of your total credits available. Now, with these two major ones, you can actually have a very good chance at building good credits. And remember, the other ones cannot be ignored either. Just a slight improvement every time can actually help your score. Now, don't let anybody take your money and tell you they're going to help you build better credit scores. They cannot go find a score and just come and give it to you. It's going to be a work in progress. So whatever it is, if you're learning this and you're taking it one step at a time, you can actually build a habit that can help and improve your credit score. So now let me tell you, many people spend so many years trying to figure this credit score thing out and trying to build a good credit score without getting all the facts straight. So I hope this video was helpful for you and your family. Thank you so much for joining me on today's episode. My name once again is Patience Odaka AJ, a financial professional here to help you make some smart financial decisions. Now, if you like this video, please like, comment, and share with family and friends so that they can also understand these things and not make the same types of mistakes. Thank you until we meet again in the next episode. Please learn these specific habits that can actually improve your score. Directly.